Hello everyone, welcome back to our 30-day SQL series. So this is T8 and today's topic is Introduction to XAMPP Server and Writing Queries. Okay, so here in the previous session we have learned about installing and setting up the SQL, and now we are going to make it more practical by using XAMPP Server. So first let's understand what XAMPP is. Okay, so as I told you in the previous session also, XAMPP is an open source web server solution that provides us with the Apache server, MySQL database, PHP, and Perl all in one package. So it is widely used by developers to create and test web applications locally before hosting them online. So inside XAMPP, we will mainly be using MySQL for SQL queries. Once we launch the XAMPP control panel, see, we have launched a XAMPP control panel and started our Apache MySQL, and we can access the phpMyAdmin, which provides us a user friendly interface to work with the database. So let's move on writing the queries. Okay, so once php admin is open, you can go to the SQL tab and start writing your queries. So let's move on. First, let us understand the query here. So here, see, this is a query. Create database. So first and the foremost, we need to create a database. Okay, that is a school DB. I have given school database. Then after creating a database, you have to create a table name called students. Okay. Then in the student, the columns which I'm using in the table is your student ID. Okay, that is your int. Primary key, that is the unique value that I'll be explaining in our upcoming sessions. Okay, what is primary key? I think I've already explained this primary key, everything. So it will be a unique key. Then the name varchar, okay, 50 age int, grade varchar. We have given it here. Okay. So now first creating a database, then creating a table. After that, we have to insert the values inside the table. Okay. So here, see, we have a values like name, column names as name, age, and the grade. But the values is the ID is 1, name is Rahul, and the age is 14, and grade is 8. Okay. So now we have to give it select a star from student. So this is all about the query. We have it here. Give it a so see here, this is our XAMPP server here. So here we have a database. This is your database, SQL, status, user accounts, okay, export, import, settings, replication, variable, char sets, engines, okay, plugins, all those things we have it here. But the first thing is we have to create a database. So for that, let me just reload this page here once. Okay. So now let me create a database. So the database name, it should be like we can give it the database name to the student DB. Okay, student DB. I'm giving it here. Okay, so first I'm going to explain you about the graphical user interface, that is GUI, how you can create a database, how you can create a table using GUI, and how you can insert the values inside the table using GUI. All these things will be using it here, we'll be learning it with the graphical user interface. Okay, so later on I'll be explaining about how to write down the query as well. Okay, let's start here. A base name as student TB. So you just have to click on the create button here. So when you click on the create, so what happens? You can see, you can reload this page here. Okay. Once you reload it, you will be able to see the database here. Student database is created on the left side, and here also you can see the student database. Now double click on it. So when you click on the database, inside that database, you have to create a table. So what is our table name? So the table name will be the students here, okay? So we'll be giving the table name as students. Student. The columns we have it student ID 1, name of the student, 2, age is 3, and the fourth is your grade. Okay, so four columns we have to select it here. We have so number of columns selected is 4 only. Okay, so we have a 4 columns in our query, so we'll be giving it to the 4 only here. If we had it 5, then we have to change the number here from 4 to 5. Okay, so now let us click on the create. All right, so once you create a table, now here you can write on the columns names here. So what was the column name? It was student id. Okay, and here this will be the int only, student underscore id we can give it, student underscore id. Then we can give it a student name. Okay, that is name here. So the name will be a varchar. Okay, then here I can give it a student age. Then the last column, grade. Okay, so grade, the age will be the int also you can keep it. The grade, it will be of a varchar. So I'll be giving it a varchar here. So here the length values, it will be 11, and here it will be 255. Here it will be 11 because the age is in the form of the integer. So that's the reason we are giving the integer here. These are the data types. Okay. So then the varchar, we have it 255 here. Okay. So this is how we create a we insert the values in our table. Okay. So now let us click on, see here on the bottom left side there is a pre-SQL. When I click on a preview SQL, you can see this is the text-based coding. This is a query which we have written using a graphical user interface. Okay. So now let me close here. Now when you click on the save, so this table will be created here. So see, now the table and the columns has been created. On the left side also, when I click on the students, so you can see the student ID, name, age, and the grade has been created. Now we have to insert the value. So how do we insert the value here? So before I could tell you how to insert the value, so let's here we have operations like see, we are in the browse now. Structure, SQL, search, insert, export, import. If you want to import anything, you can import it. Then we have our privileges. Now let's talk about the operations. So in the operation table order by ascending or descending order, you can move a table to any database you wanted. So our student database here we have it. So when you click on the like which of the database we created, you get the options of that. So you can move the table to that database, particular database. You can use the you can rename the table name here. Okay. So and you can copy the table to database table here. So all these are the operations we can do it. So what we have to do here is when I select it here, so I'll be selecting a student details. Then we have to click on the go. Okay. Now see the name has been changed here. That is first it was a student. Okay, my table name was student. Now you can see it's a student details. Okay. Now when I click on it, so you can see the student ID, name, age, and the grade, the 4 columns I have given here. So now we have to give it a value in this. So what we do, we go to the insert option. So here in the insert option, we can give it a ID, student ID. It will be of one ID. Okay, and here we'll give it name. We can give it here as Asma. So grade, age I can give it 15. Grade I can give here 10th grade. Okay, 10th grade. So now let's click on the go here. So now you can see that. So when we click on a table here on the left side, so one value has been added here. So one value has been added. So now if you want to give it a more values, so you can go ahead and give it here. So we'll be clicking on the insert again. So here you have to give it the ID is 2. This will be a primary key, the unique value. Okay. Then here we have name Raha. Then the age is 14. Here we can give a grade as 8. Now click on the go here. So here you can see the one row is inserted. So if you get this one row inserted, it means that there is no any error in your query. Okay, it's been successfully inserted. So now we got a two values in our table here. Okay, now when I click on the table, now what we can do here is, okay, now when I click on the student database here, either you can drop it, so you can drop a table if you want. Okay, you will be having a drop option. Okay, you can just click on the drop, so you will be getting a one pop-up here. You're about to destroy complete table. Do you really want to execute drop table student details, enable foreign key check? So you just have to click on the OK. So this is the graphical user interface, we have seen it. Okay, so using graphical user interface, you can create a data, you can insert the values. Okay, you can create a database, insert the values, and you can create a table as well. Okay, let me click on OK here, and MySQL return an MP result 0 rows query. Okay, so now see that table has been deleted now, right? Okay, now I'm creating a new database. Okay, database name. Now go to SQL. So we are going to write a query now. So this is very important. Writing query is very important. So with easily you can use a graphical user interface, but it's difficult for us to go ahead and write the queries. So do always practice writing the queries. Okay. So create. So I'll be giving a create here. Create and space database. So you get a drop down. So you can select it from drop down here. School DB. Okay. School DB. I'm giving it here. Then at the end, here you have to give it a colon. Okay. Then once it's done on your laptop, on your keyboard, you can use it control enter. Okay. So see here, my SQL return an empty result. So now you can see the school DBMS is created. So you have unsafe changes. Are you sure you want to leave this page? Okay. So school DBMS is created. Okay. Database is created. Now we go to the MySQL again. So we are going to create the table inside the school database. Okay. So how do we do that? Create table. Okay. Create table students students. Now open a bracket. Okay. Now here we'll be giving it a student ID, comma, student ID. It will be of int. Okay. So the int we will be giving it. Int, comma, we can give it a name, name, varchar. So here the name varchar, I'm giving it 50. So this int 11 we can give it here. Okay. 11. Okay. Now here the 50. Okay. Close it. Now let's give it a comma here. Okay. Now we have to create the age, int 11, comma, grade, grade varchar, varchar 255. Okay. So now let me close it here. Column. Okay. So colon we can give it here. So now what did we do? We created a table. So we have written a query as a create table. The table name is a students here. Okay. Now, what are the columns we require in the table? Student ID, we have it. So, name, age, and the grade here. Okay. So, the student ID is in the form of an integer. So, I'm giving it an integer name varchar. So, age is also the integer, grade is a varchar. So, now you have to click on the go here. So, now here you can see my SQL written and enter result set. Now, you can click on your table student. So see inside the school DB, what did we do? We created a table as students here. Okay. So with the column student ID, name, age, and the grade. All right. So the now let us insert the values here. Okay. How do we do that? So by default, you will be getting that select star from students where one. Okay. So let me just delete that. So here we'll be giving insert into students, insert into students. Okay, students. Now let us open the bracket here. Student ID. Okay, student ID, comma, name, comma, age, comma, grade. Okay, so now let me close this. Give it a comma. Now we have to enter the values. So we'll be giving it a values. Open the bracket. Here the values like the ID is student ID is 1. We can give it here, comma. Now with the inside the quotes, the names, Asma, comma, okay. Then after that, the age is 14. We can give it here, comma. And the grade is 9. Okay. So let me close this bracket. And here the colon. So here there is something unexpected token here is showing the unexpected token for us. Let us just check. So I think we don't, so we'll not be getting that comma there. Okay. So here now what we have to do, control enter. Okay. So one row inserted. So when you open your student, so you can see the one Asma. The ID is as a 1, the name is Asma, age is 14, and the grade is 90 here. Okay, so this is how. Now, if you want to fetch the details, so what you go, you select the star from students. Select star from students. Students. Okay. So now control enter. Here we go. We can see it here. Okay. So there are two ways of seeing it. Either you can write that query. Okay. Or else you just have to click on the table name students. You'll be able to see the values which we have given in the tables. Okay. So this way you can create database, you can create tables and run queries directly in XAMPP using phpMyAdmin. So that was a quick introduction to XAMPP server and writing SQL queries using it. Okay. The next session will continue exploring SQL concepts in detail. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the upcoming videos in the 30-day SQL series. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.